Hey guys, Alonzo Von Threet here, and another quick example. I just want to address the question that Igor's presented here about this normalizing values. First bone .9999 and second bone .0001. And if you add 50% gray, 50% gray, then technically all is correct. Now first bone is 4.999, still fully dominant against 0.000. And I say that that is not correct because it is not normalized. And so there has to be a normalized redistribution for it to work. The weight values have to be 50% has to be acted upon both weights. So if that's why a re-averaging normalized value is the problem. So that's why everybody will complain and say, you see, I painted and nothing has changed. Right, nothing has changed because the values isn't normalized. For weighting to really work, you have to have averaging. It has to be average, and that's the problem. So back to our little Dino character, and since you guys are getting to know him, I call him Buxo. I call him Buxo. Don't ask me why. Bixo is Bixo. I have no idea why I call him that. All right, but what I want to do is take some verts, and I want to just demonstrate this point since he says it's experimental. Here, obviously, the weights are pulling this. There are certain vertices pulling these. And let me show you here. Here, if I go here, I think that was joint 21, 26, 27. All of these are affecting this joint. And what you want to do is take all the information. So there's maximum bones. Maximum bone value is like 5 or 3. I put a 3. So there's at least 3 bones that can affect this. So you want to take the priority off those 3 bones and place it on 1 bone. Okay? So the vertex, the priority for the verts here has to shift from at least 3 bones in my maximum weighting to the 1 bone, and it equals 1 on that bone. And so this is why Brian says, and I agree with Brian, that a spreadsheet or a numeric editor would be valuable, and it is. But the problem is that we don't have mesh, and if we start to create mesh, I think that we'll start to get into other problems and other situations, which I don't think is such a good idea right now to deal with. I just would rather have this working on the capacity that it works. So I'm going to select these verts, and so here are those actual verts. Now I actually have 4 verts, 4 verts on this that is affecting this. And actually, since I have so many verts here, I'm going to take it off. I'm just going to deal with this side. So I have even less verts. I have 3 joints affecting 3 verts over here. Okay, and on this, it's about half. On this, it's a little bit less than half. No, I'm sorry. This is not half. Okay, this is 0.5. This is 0.47, almost half. And this is 0.2. So some of these are not really, this 0.5, and so it's not showing any of the values. I could set how many values, how many zeros, but for the sake of this adds up, right? Because if you have 3, 3, and 3, that'll leave 9. And if you add another, it would actually be 1 more point, and that point isn't showing up because I don't have that many digit spaces. Okay, so anyway, so if you add these up, 4.7 You know, it's a great example. Now, in order for this to work, my bone is bone 20. Let's say it's bone 22. I thought it was 21. Or is it 27? Forgot. But in order for this to work, this values has to come up here. We can just experiment with it. It doesn't matter. I'm going to move the slider. And what you can see is here, it's moving in the right direction. And that is because it's taking values away from these. So unless it takes the values away from the other ones, it will not work. So to say, that, that, oh, you changed it here on this priority and did not change it here is just, is why everybody is complaining. It's why EI doesn't work. Unless you change the values. Now here, I'm going to literally take these values completely out, and then this will disappear and my priority will go to 1, but I still have 1 in each, a normalized value of 1 in each one of these, even though that bone was dropped out of priority. Okay, so that is very important, and this is why Brian wants this spreadsheet, because it is valuable. I use it all the time and it's very valuable to me, but I just think that it's not necessary. And believe it or not, this goes to prove that I am not like trying to make it just like Maya. I'm just only trying to get it to work. I'm not trying to do, because I'm saying that we don't need this and actually to get this to work. We just need the values to be able to re-edit and to readjust, to re-average, redistribute, recalculate. Okay, that's what we need. Okay, so that's just the point that I'm trying to make. I'll demonstrate it again. In order for this to work, it has to normalize. It has to re-average those values. So here you are. I'll select these verts. There's the vert there. There's the joint here. As soon as I start taking out, and out here I got 4 joints affecting that. So as soon as I start taking out those verts, if I put 0 there, it's gone. I'll put 0 here. Now it's still trying to average. The total is here. The dominance is here because it's 0.9. This is 0.05 over here. This is 0.04. Get rid of it. See, and these verts are moving over. So basically, that's the deal. And so here I have, now there's this one, this point is only sitting here because this is 0. You notice that these 2 columns are 1, and this is 1 here. This is the second joint. I want that dominance to switch from here to here. And that's why this point is hanging out. If I put 0, this is the only part that I get mixed up on. Okay, I do that and it starts to, sorry, my telephone.